stand with me as we sing this morning. We're starting with a song that I play for my kids on the way to school, which gets them kind of in an upbeat mood. And as I was practicing it this week, my son, who's 9, said, "Mom, can we turn it into a 2-player song? Can I sing it with you?" And I was like, "Oh, a duet. You mean a duet. Yeah, we can do it. 2-player song." So make this a multiplayer song when we sing. All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand but hold your balance. I just say whatever, cause there is no way around it. Everyone falls down sometime. You just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like I should. Went and took my walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got the sunshine on my Sunday bed. Unless you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to catch you down. Keep the things inside your ears just like the waves and sound. And just say whatever, cause there is no way around it. Everyone falls down sometime. You just gotta know it'll all be fine. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Like I should. Went and took my walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. Feeling good, like I should. Went and took my walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. Feeling good, like I should. Went and took a walk around the neighborhood, feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday bed. This next song means a lot to me personally. We sang it at my wife's 40th birthday party, and it's just so, I think, such a beautiful message for us, for this church, for God's people, and it's such an honor to sing over us during Pride Month. So happy Pride Month, and hear this message, right? These always felt a little oppressed. Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while since I went ahead and let down my guard. I carried the weight of the words you said. It makes it just a little bit hard to reject the lies you perpetuate. You're not the keeper of the pearly gates. It's been a while. I'm coming back to fight for my place. A little day, come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you came from having love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm sitting in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I'll raise my voice to celebrate the good days. It's been a while since I could admit that there was something missing. I've seen enough to know what love is. Yeah, and what love isn't. I'm not content to fade into the crowd and let you decide who's in or out. I'm coming back. I'm living proof that it all belongs without a doubt. It's a good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, but you came from out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm standing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I'll raise my voice to celebrate the good days. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of endless love. A good day to come back home. You sent me away, but I was never alone. You were afraid there was not enough, hey, but you came from out of love. So I'm here to stay, and I'm dancing in the front row. It's a good day to come out of the shadow. God made me good in every way, so I'll raise my voice to celebrate the good days. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. It's a good day, nothing's gonna keep me out of the light. I'm not gonna hide. I got a heart in the right place, covered in the good graces of an endless love. song too
with that same concept of me just being so honored to sing this over us this morning during Pride Month. And here at this church, it's called Out of Hiding, and it's also called the Father's Song. And so hear this as me being God and singing this over. We all know God's a woman, so me being God and singing this over you. So let this fall afresh on you today. Let this hit your heart in the way that your Maker intended it to, and may you just be filled. If I can get through this without sobbing, it's going to be a win, because this song. Come out of hiding, you're safe here with me.
Good morning, everybody. That was loud, I'm sorry. It came out on fire because the band was also on fire. Way to go, y'all. She's trying to run away, but please clap loud for Jenny one more time. Normally, we don't have a curtain anymore. There's a fire marshal thing, but normally I hang out back here. I had to make sure and come out here in the seats to hear the baby you're almost home part, because, man, it kind of takes you there, right? Right? It's a good part of that song, and you crushed it. Don't worry, she's doing 2 more later, and I'm excited. How are y'all today? Good. I like it. That was nice. Happy Father's Day. I saw a post this morning. Someone who I'm acquainted with on Facebook is speaking today, and they posted a picture. It was like a little cartoon Jesus with like a rainbow sash, not unlike our cartoon Jesus for Pride. And he had a little talk bubble, not unlike our cartoon Jesus with a talk bubble. And it said, men for Father's Day. So that's what I called this service. If you happen to be watching online, hello. It's called Amen. And I hopefully in a good way, not in a bad way, at least for today. Let us have one day where you're not like, men. You're like, men. Cool? Okay. Couple quick announcements. First of all, we're hanging out today after church. Father's Day, we're going to Three Daughters. Lucky man, right? $3 right over here. It's a quick walk. If you've ever been here before, you know we like to hang out. If you've not been here before, that's one of our core values. So after the service, we're going to break down real quick, and then we're going to go to $3 and hang out. Also, small groups are coming back. Can I get applause break? Mid-July, be on the lookout. We're actually going to do them slightly differently than before. Hannah, do you want to talk about that, or should I spill the beans? Okay, we're going to do them every other week. Slightly less of a commitment on an every week-to-week basis. And then they'll last a little bit longer. So hopefully that'll just be easier. I know everybody's schedules are crazy. Mine are. And now I just need like my out-of-town weeks to not land on the week that we're meeting. Anyway, be on the lookout on the website, diff.church. From there you can sign up. We'll have St. Pete, Tampa, and an online group if you'd rather just meet via Zoom. Okay, I think that's all the announcements I have for you. I got one special thing. Hopefully you're not done clapping yet. This is Pride Month. This week, this is the big week. We're marching next weekend. And if we could get Aaron up here to kind of hit us with a little Pride blurb. Oh, there you are. You're here. Clap louder for Aaron.
Happy gay, everyone. So this week is the big kickoff for St. Petersburg. We are participating. The parade is on Saturday. If you are participating, we do need you there by 5. Our fearless leader, Hannah, is going to send you all the details you need Monday or Tuesday because life takes time. As far as that goes, we have plenty of room left if you would like to volunteer to walk. It is in the evening this year, which means the 2 o'clock sun will not cook you alive. So, yay! I would have clapped for that, but that's fine. There we go. We do need a couple more volunteers for the Pride booth. We need the 4 to 6 o'clock slot. If you don't like talking to people and want to volunteer, that's probably the best one because everyone's gone home by then. So, and then you can still say you participated and get a free shirt. It's a win-win. Outside of that, this is a really big deal for our church. We kind of go all out for our LGBTQI brothers and sisters. They have suffered a lot at the hands of Christians. And whether we gain people or not really our goal. Our goal is to show that we are here, we are loving, we are accepting, we are different. It's kind of our thing. I don't know if you know that. And it's just a way for us to share the love that has been shown to us and show people that Christians don't have to be mean. Don't tell my mom. And before I get in even more trouble, here's Hannah.
Thank you. I have one unfun Pride announcement to tell you, and that is next Sunday, Street Festival, okay? If you normally park across the street in this parking lot in the interior spaces only, because if you park on the outside, you will get towed, don't park there next week, okay?
I don't have confirmation that we will be towed, but like there's going to be thousands of people milling around. Please don't let your car be taken away from you. The fun thing about coming to church next week is you will get a great parking spot for the Pride Parade. I mean, not for the parade, for the street festival. And then you can leave whenever you want without walking like a mile to get back. You will have to go through most of the street festival to get to us because our booth is down on like 27th Avenue. I was like, please, can it be closer? And they were like, heck no. But they said that in like very corporate ease language. They were like, unfortunately, accommodations cannot be accepted at this time. And I was like, but you did it last year. And they didn't respond to that. So last year I was 6 months pregnant though, so I feel like I had a bit of they had to listen to me. I was like, please don't make me walk to 30th Avenue. I will die. And then they did not respond with, we saw you in the parade yesterday. Okay, so it's Father's Day. I know this brings up a lot of feelings for people, so however you feel is totally fine. If you're like, Father's Day sucks, that's fine. If you're like, Father's Day is amazing, that's also fine. Whatever your experience is, you don't have to put on a mask, you don't have to pretend to feel any kind of way. We are going to talk about fathers and fathering today. I know that many of you don't have kids yet or you don't want kids, which is totally valid. Please let us continue to live vicariously through you for the rest of our lives. But I really think we can all benefit from spending time on this topic because, like, it's rare that we do a sermon that only applies to like a few people, right? Like I'm always talking about everyone. However, dads are like a big portion of our society, and never on Mother's Day have I ever heard anyone be like, you know what? I'm not a mom, so I don't think we should ever talk about moms. Like it's not a thing. But I think we should talk about modern fathering because we all know at least a few dads, and we can help understand each other more effectively. And I say each other. I'm obviously not a father. I'm a mother. I do not have an experience of being a dad, and I never will. I don't think. I have the experience of someone who has grown two babies and birthed them. So, is what I'm about to say going to be incomplete? Yes. But also, I have the privilege of talking to a lot of people, which includes dads, because of what I do. And so what I'm going to share with you really comes largely from those conversations. I think we need to start with an acknowledgement that being a father of kids in 2024 is really freaking hard. And not just because being a parent is hard as a baseline. Being a dad is hard. Like, it's hard to never have time to yourself, to have interrupted sleep for years on end, to go without stopping from the second you wake up in the morning until the second you go to bed, being surrounded by constant demands from work and your kids and your partner and your house and everything that is going on. And it's even harder if you work from home because you have approximately a 10-foot commute with no time to decompress when you walk out your door and you're met with a barrage of like, Daddy, in your face. You don't have time to decompress or collect yourself. And I think one of the biggest reasons that being a dad is hard is the impossibility of everything that is on a dad's plate right now. By and large, dads are doing more parenting than they have ever done in the history of our country. They are more available to their children than ever before. Statistically, they're also still earning more money than moms. Like, there's even something called the dad bonus, where once you have kids, you get like a pay bump of like 10 to 20%, as opposed to a mom bonus where you make 10 to 30% less. This is not a commentary on the gender pay gap, okay? That's a different sermon. This is a commentary on another layer of pressure that most dads face once they become fathers, because there's still this huge expectation in our society that they have to provide monetarily for their families, no matter what their spouse does, no matter what their spouse makes, no matter if they're even the stay-at-home parent. There's this huge pressure. It's also very difficult for families to survive on one income these days. Like, both parents have to work so that the bills can get paid. Childcare is so expensive. Groceries is so expensive. And even with two incomes, like in hetero relationships, the pressure to provide still falls on the guy, no matter what they make. And the pay bump can mean more money, yes, but it can also mean more pressure because the family will not be okay if something happens to you. And actually, I've talked to a few queer couples, and I find this really interesting, where there's two dads. The cultural pressure does not get less, it's just doubled. So bonus for you, I guess. There's not less pressure, there's double pressure, no matter who's being with the kids more. Modern dads are doing so much. Like, for almost every single dad that I've talked to, they are doing twice, if not 3 times more parenting than their dad did. They're doing so much more like day-to-day in the trenches parenting. And this is not a commentary on how you were raised if you have a great dad. It's just different now. I had the privilege of having a great dad, and he worked a ton so that we could pay our bills, right? Like, he was gone before I got out of bed in the morning. He drove an hour to work. He worked 8 or 10 hours a day. He drove an hour home. We usually ate dinner together. We would hang out on the weekends, and he was wonderful. It was much the same for my husband's family. And it was wonderful, but it's different now. Like, in our house, Josiah works from home. He's not gone before the kids wake up in the morning. He comes out of the bedroom, and or Nova comes into our bedroom and violently awakens us by either turning on the light or yelling in our faces. Then he makes breakfast, and he eats with the kids while I get ready for the day. Then we switch off, and he goes to work, where he is on the phone all day long, doing stuff, important stuff, right? Every time he comes out of his office, our 3-year-old attacks him. Or the baby cries to be picked up. Literally, he cannot be seen. Or Noah is like sobbing hysterically, like, pick me up right now. During his lunch break, he does stuff around the house, like he does the lawn. He'll do yard work. He will do anything that needs to be done. And then when he gets off work, he again gets attacked by our children. And then, of course, it's dinner time and playtime and bath time and brush teeth time and read book time and run around like a maniac time and bedtime and push the kids in the swing. It just goes on until they're finally in bed. And then we lay on the couch for about 37 minutes, and then we go to bed. And then we do it again tomorrow. And this is a scenario I hear from parents over and over and over again with tiny variations. Maybe the work situation is different. Maybe they don't work from home. Maybe the morning routine is different, right? But overall, dads are doing so much more day-to-day parenting than their dads did. And they're not getting appreciated for it. Why? At the same time that parenting has become a lot more intense for dads, I think that it also has gotten a lot more intense for moms because, of course, we need 2 incomes now, right? So everyone has to work, and we desperately need 2 incomes to survive. And so mom's responsibilities or the other partner's responsibilities have not been lightened. Sometimes this is a relationship problem, in which case I recommend getting Eve Rodsky's Fair Play cards and laying them all out. It is a visual reminder of everything that needs to be done in the household, and you can divvy them up. And you can be like, this one belongs to you. This one belongs to me, so that everyone can have a better time, and we can all use clear and direct, but not mean, communication. More often than not, the problem is actually that this is just really hard, and there's no way around it. Imagine doing like 3 times more than your parents did and working really hard at it and putting in effort to show up in a way that you didn't really have an example of, and then not getting appreciated at all for your efforts, but in fact getting told that it's still not good enough, and on top of the constant societal pressure to make sure that your family has what they need in an ever-changing world that is super expensive. That feels awful. And if you are a mom, you already know what that feels like. So why? I don't understand in church, especially in church. Father's Day is usually this thing where you're like, guys, amen, as Jared said, cut it out. And I know every time I talk about things like this, where I'm like, you just have to appreciate each other. Appreciation goes a long way. Somebody always wants to be like, why should I have to say thank you for things that I do all day long? Because it's not a competition. Because we are not scorekeeping, we're on a team. We're teammates. We're here to support each other. We're here to make a really hard thing easier. And I think there needs to be acknowledgement that modern dads are in uncharted territory. A lot of this in the trenches parenting stuff that they are doing, they don't really have a frame of reference for it because that's not how it worked in the 90s, okay? We are learning as we go. And frankly, they're doing a fantastic job. Let me give you a metaphor, okay? In our family, Josiah takes care of the lawn. Could I take care of the lawn? Technically, yes. I hate the outdoors. I'm an indoors person. I am allergic to everything. So I'd be like, the whole time. I don't like being sweaty. I don't like dirt touching me, okay? It would just be a terrible thing all around. He likes being outside. weirdo. He is not allergic to anything that I know of. He doesn't mind dirt touching his body. Imagine that. So he mows the grass. I know what it takes to mow the lawn, okay? I could start a lawnmower and push it in a square on the lawn. I am not an idiot. Could I do it? Yes. I would not do it nearly to the standard that he does, and I would probably also forget all of the extra things that are like ingrained in his mind, like leaf blowing and edging and like raking, and I would just be like, I mowed it. He also does our budget and pays the bills because while I can make a spreadsheet, I do not excel at it. Sorry, I just had to do a dad joke on Father's Day. You better believe, though, if I mowed the lawn, I would want to thank you for it. Why? A thank you for doing something that he does every single week and no one says thank you to him every single week for it? Yes. Yes, I would. Because we have to get better at our appreciation for each other. And I don't mean thanks. I mean specific appreciation. I don't know why in my house, like I feel like I didn't really hear specific appreciation. There was a lot of thank yous being thrown around. So I'm really good at being like, thanks. But I'm not really good at being like, thank you for handling the lawn. It is a big relief that I don't have to worry about that. Thank you for picking up the living room. It feels so peaceful in here now. When you covered bedtime so I could take a walk, that really helped decrease my stress level today. When I saw you playing with the baby, it filled my heart with so much joy. Like, we have to get better at appreciating our partners for all the tiny things they do that add up in life. And we've lost perspective of just how new this shift is, of dads being constantly around for their kids to constantly barrage with things. It's like one-ish generations old. And honestly, from what I've seen, dads are doing a pretty fantastic job. And I do not mean like, you're doing great in a patronizing way. Or even you're doing great for this being so new for you. I don't mean it in that way. I mean, as a baseline, I think you're doing great. In our little faith community, we've been around for just over 4 years now. I've watched our dads, our straight dads and our queer dads, okay, do the most. They have done the most. I have watched you take care of your newborn babies and change their diapers and wash the bottles and clean up blowouts and get covered in spit up and rock them and bounce them and sing them and shush them and play peekaboo. And I have watched your babies reach for you because they know that you will pick them up and they know that you're a safe space for them. And it's beautiful, and it's a picture of how God carries us. Deuteronomy 1:31 says, the Lord your God has carried you like a father carries his child. Dads have I don't know if you've seen a dad with a baby. Like a mom is like this, right? Dads are like this. And there's this little perch right here, and babies are always like, They get this face, especially my kid. I'm like, how dare you, sir? He gets this face when Josiah picks him up, and he's like, I am better than you. I am taller. I can see the world. This is exactly what, don't touch me right now. Just watch. Anytime you see a dad carrying a baby, just notice that they're on a perch, and they think that they're better than you. I have watched you show up for your partners in every way you knew how, getting them snacks and refilling their water bottles and taking the baby for a walk so your partner could catch her breath, taking your kids outside, taking them to parks and sports and classes and swim lessons and pizza dates. I have watched you listen to endless monologues on things like Minecraft and actually appear to be interested. I have watched you have fun with your children, like just being in the moment and giving them memories that they will carry with them forever. I have watched you make your kids brave. I have watched you navigate how you were raised and what you want to take from that into a new family. I have seen you get angry and reel it back in, actually modeling what it looks like, as the Bible says, to be angry and don't sin. I have watched you show your children, your little kids, and your adult kids what perseverance and commitment look like. I have watched you watching your partners, anticipating what they need, staying one step ahead of the tornado of your children, and be so consistent in showing up for your teenagers and your adult kids, learning to be more hands-off at stepping in when they need you and guiding them and supporting them through their good and their terrible decisions. I've watched you reflect on your parenting and apologize for things and to your kids and your partners. when you've made mistakes. I've watched you make faith a priority in your life and not be afraid to admit that you don't actually know everything. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed. I have noticed them. Your partner has noticed them. Your kids have noticed them. God has noticed. And I feel like one of the things that comes up whenever I talk to dads is that they don't usually use this word, but it's really lonely. You are often figuring things out on the go, by yourself, having to make decisions that could affect your entire family without having all of the information that you need. But you're not alone. God is with you. The community of faith is with you. And what you are doing is making a difference for generations to come. You are becoming a good ancestor. Someone that is changing the actual course of history by putting love and care and protection and steadiness and so much more into your children, even if you didn't have that example. You're putting it literally in their DNA, and they will pass it on. You should be proud of that. We celebrate you. It's hard and you're doing great. You can come back up. I didn't really even want to share this really because it's so cheesy, but I tend to think in pictures, and like pictures or images is one of the ways that I feel like God speaks to me somehow. And I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking, and I was just like reflecting about Father's Day and this morning, and I kept getting this picture in my mind, and I kept being like, no, that's so cheesy. And then every time I closed my eyes, I would see it. And I was like, okay, I have to share it with you because it is cheesy, but it's also beautiful. Because I keep seeing this like grassy field in a park with kids playing, like screaming, running, laughing, eating snacks, doing cartwheels, like hysterical, laughing children. And they're just like living their best life. And around them, in a circle, a big circle, so that the kids don't even notice, right, was our different church dads. And I could see your faces in my mind. And they're just playing, right? They have no idea they're in a circle. And outside the regular circle, the regular world is going on. Like just, the good, the bad, the ugly, regular life, grown-up stuff, everything that's on the news, all of that's happening outside the circle. But inside the circle is this sanctuary of peace and happiness and laughter and children whose innocence and beautiful spirits are safe and flourishing. And the things that they weren't ready to encounter yet, they're not getting in the circle. And then some of the kids got older, and they get closer to the edge and closer to the edge until it was time for them to leave the circle. Oh, this is gonna make me cry. When it was time, the first kid that left didn't go alone. They linked arm with their dad, and they walked off into the world. And their dad was with them. I literally wrote in parentheses, don't get weepy. Because it's a beautiful image to me, and I want you to take it with you if you are a dad, and I want you to take it with you if you are a parent of any kind. Because this is really hard. And the never-ending, everyday relentlessness of this task is hard. But the space that you are cultivating in your homes for your children is actually life-changing. And when it seems like a thankless, impossible task, remember the goal is not to keep them in the circle. It's to make it available as long as they need it, and then go with them into life. You're playing the long game. Keep playing. God is with you, and you are blessed. You are a gift to your children that they will treasure forever. And you're a gift to this faith community. Happy Father's Day, you filthy animals. We have 2 more songs if you want to stand and sing with us, and then I will come back and give you a benediction.
I'll free them flying. Look at the lilies growing so wild. No, they don't wonder if rain's gonna fall down, or if the sun will ever come on out. So I won't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna worry about me. So I got about a million reasons to face you. I got about a million stories to tell. To tell about how you always know where you're through. I may not know where we're going, but I know that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. You know my need before I even pray. You know me better than I know myself. So I won't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna worry about me. So I got about a million reasons to face you. I got about a million stories to tell. To tell about how you always know where you're through. I may not know where we're going, but I know that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Every day's a good day to praise you. Every day's a good day to praise you. Thank you for another day to praise you. Every day's a good day to praise you. I got about a million reasons to praise you. I got about a million stories to tell. Tell about how you always know where you're through. I may not know where we're going, but I know that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be it's gonna be good.
You can be seated. Pretty sure we have to do that song every week now. You can sit down. I mean, unless you want to stand. Do you? We're going to Three Daughters if you would like to go. If you are in the Pride Parade or you are working at the tent, information will come out this week. Like by Tuesday, I will send you an email with too much information. But what I will tell you is you need water, sunscreen, sunglasses, probably a hat. Get your t-shirt if you haven't got that already. If you're in the parade or you're in the street festival, just grab one in your size. If you already signed up, there's a pile underneath that have all the sizes for those people, just to make sure we have enough, and then we have lots of extras as well. Don't park in the lot across the street. I will tell this to you next week. I will make you move your car. I don't want you to get towed on this, the happiest of days. And if you want to pray for something, pray for cloud cover, okay? Because it was so hot last year, I thought I was literally going to die. Multiple times people in the tent were like, you should sit down, which I normally argue about a lot, but I was 6 months pregnant, so I was like, okay, I will sit down. So I will send out all that information, and I feel like that's all. I was going to say, anyone else have a testimony? But I know better. I was raised Pentecostal. We would be here all day, okay? If you have a testimony, you can come tell me after service. Let's pray. I have a blessing for the dads. Blessed are the dads who are trying to balance the demands of work, relationship with their partner and children. Blessed are the dads who did not have a good model for a father, but are working every day to be a great dad to their kids. Blessed are the dads who love their kids fiercely and work for their benefit, even when the relationship that birthed those children did not work out. Blessed are the dads who have adopted children and give love and support. Blessed are the stepdads who freely choose fatherhood and whose determination and consistency has earned their stepkids' love and respect. Blessed are the foster dads who give as much love and stability as they can to kids they may only see for a little while. Blessed are the dads who have had children pass on, who hold those babies in their hearts forever. Blessed are the yet-to-be dads. May being a father expand their understanding of love and bring them endless joy. God, our Father, bless our dads with strength, encouragement, and endless laughter and delight in the children you have entrusted to them. Amen. That's the end. Bye. Happy Father's Day.